Hey everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fangirlz Assemble. I'm here with my lovely co-hosts Fariha and Kristan. How's it going, guys?
Hello everyone!
Hello guys. How are you tonight?
We're doing good. I'm here, guys, but you know, so tired. But anyway.
All right, so before we get into all of it, can you guys tell me about where we should be buying all of our comic books?
InStockTrades.com. Woo woo! You guys, this part is actually pretty hard. I make you guys go through that every week. Now I'm having to do it. I'm like, oh god, you guys, this is hard.
I mean, it's not that hard because it's so easy to just go to InStockTrades.com. Even right now, I think it ends tonight, there is an Omnibros code that I'm going to plug, which is Conan Hype. You can get an extra 3% off your order. You know you want that because there's already up to 50% off books. One deal you can still get right now until Tuesday is Motor Girl, which I got in the mail yesterday. It came so fast because they're good at shipping. And it's lovely, and you want it.
And so that is currently at 45% off, but with the Conan Hype, the code, it's actually 48% off. So woo-hoo, go get it. It's an awesome book. So you guys should go get it. I recommend it.
I waited until Friday to order it, so I was like, I was just kind of waiting until payday, and I see like the code drop for Omnibros. I was like, yes,
perfect. I should have waited, but I didn't. But it was still a great deal. So
yeah, it still is. So well, yeah, we can go up. You can get free shipping for $50 and above in the United States, and everything Image, Dark Horse, DC, Marvel, up to 42% off, and sometimes like 50%. So go to InStockTrades.com for all your collected editions needs. All right, what are we talking about today?
Well, we're going to talk about the secret lives of superheroes, basically. So, like, what goes on that they're not showing us. Before we get to that, I actually bought things.
Yay!
Much today, you guys. Like, I'm catching up. It's great. So, I went to Frankfurt Con yesterday. Is the capital of my state, and it was very small. And of course, the capital of our state looks like garbage. So everything around there looked like a dead wasteland. But anyways, it was still pretty cool. I got to meet Marv Wolfman. And these small cons are great because there's no lines for people. And honestly, Wolfman was the only person I wanted to see there. Everyone else is like, it was a wrestler who I didn't know. And there were a bunch of like local cosplay groups or small entertainers that were there, and then a big merch room. But because it was so small, there's no lines for anything. So for Wolfman, I just walked right up, and I had nothing to say except for, "Hey, will you sign this? I love Wonder Girl," and I gave him $5, and he signed this. So that was great. But I had him sign the new Titans number 50, who was Wonder Girl Part 1 of 4, which is actually Part 1 of 5. I don't know why they wrote it like this back then, but. I was really excited because I'm going to have this signed by Perez at C2E2 before he stops going to cons forever. So, yeah. But also...
I just wanted to show you, like, Perez's penmanship because I got someone sign this. Just look at how beautiful it is.
Oh, that's really nice.
Nice.
Isn't it? So, he actually signed it twice because he signed it here first. Then he's like, "Oh, can you personalize it?" He's like, "Damn it!" Then he signed it again.
That's nice of him, though.
So yeah, so he has like very beautiful penmanship. So
good.
Something to look forward to.
So, one of my favorite sellers was at Frankfurt Con yesterday, and I don't know how far reach they get. They're called Gem City Collectibles, Gem City Comics?
Gem City Books. Yeah, they're in Dayton.
Okay. But they're pretty great. And I always see many local comic conventions, and whenever I do, I always hit them up because they have like a 5 for $20 deal on trades. And then all of their other books are always half off, from what I can tell anyways. And I made 3 separate purchases there because I kept walking back to look at it and finding something else and buying something else. Mm-hmm. So here's everything that I got. I got Unstoppable Wasp Volume 2. I've read this, but I didn't buy it. Because I think Marvel trades are incredibly overpriced. Like, look at this.
Oh, sister, say it.
And yet $16.
That's nonsense.
So I got for $5, which is great. And you guys know how much I love this book. It's one of my favorite books of all time. I'm super excited to finally have it.
Now that you got volume 2, next week we're gonna hear that it's gonna get oversized hardcover. Hooray!
I'll buy it again. I don't care. I'll do anything to support them. I got Red She-Hulk. I don't know anything about this run, but it was $5.
Maddie, don't read it without reading the other ones. Because look at the back.
It says like one.
No, I know, but look at the back. Look at the numbering of it. It's 55 or whatever.
Yeah, it's 58 through 62. Why is that? Why is Marvel like this?
No, because before that is the Red Hulk run, where she's... Because if you read this, you are like, what? You're going to have a worse reaction than Hickman. Like, seriously,
right.
Zero character development in there. Because they expect you to know who she is and come to the thing. I read it, and I'm like, what? And I actually read about her a lot of other places. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah.
Well, at least we have the Marvel app, so I can probably go back and read whatever's before this.
Yeah.
I also got She-Hulk by Tamaki, Volume 1. So I know you repped it a lot, and I love She-Hulk, so I'm really pumped to get it.
That you can read without much else. You read Air Force, right?
Huh?
You read Air Force, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is right after Air Force. Like all the things that happened to her in Air Force, this is actually after that. So, hooray!
Yay.
This is so good. That's so good. Oh my god, I love it so much.
So, everything else I got is very Red Sonja centric, and I'm very happy about it because I never see books of hers anywhere. Like, a lot of comic books don't carry, like, Dynamite books, right? And even like in half price books and other places, I don't see Dynamite books. So, or I'll see just Vampirella, which I don't read currently. But the first one I got is Conan Red Sonja. I've never read any Conan before today. This cover is beautiful. I really like it. It's written by Gail Simone and Jim Zub. I don't know how to say his name. I loved this. This was great. I read this morning. I've never read anything Conan. Honestly, he seems like a pretty cool dude, so maybe I should read it. I'm not gonna even try for those omnibuses, but I'll read trades.
Read Conan and Wonder Woman.
I read it this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, this morning I read Conan Red Sonja, Wonder Woman and Conan, and The Bold and the Brave, which is that Wonder Woman Batman book.
Oh, I haven't read that yet.
It's really pretty. There's a lot going on. I didn't get as into it as like Wonder Woman Conan. And man, I really wanted them to hook up. Can I say that? I was a little bummed they didn't hook up, Wonder Woman and Conan. But anyway.
Oh, that was one of those things. Like, I'm like, thank God. Like, for once, they did not.
They shouldn't. And I that's fine. But on the inside, I was like, but I kind of want you guys to hook up like a little bit.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing though. I wanted them to hook up, but I'm also glad that they didn't. But that's always a good sign. Like, it didn't feel like, because, it didn't feel forced. But anyway.
Yeah.
Move on with your hauls.
And I got 2 of the Red Sonja omnibuses for really cheap. So this total was like, I don't remember. Basically, I got these $15 each. They're $30 full price each. So that's pretty good. I've read a little bit of this on Comixology, but they don't have all of it.
Do I?
So I'm excited to start collecting these. I like the story a lot. Not as much as I like Gail Simone's Red Sonja, but I still think it's really good. So I was so glad to find these so cheap.
Let me know how they are, because if you end up liking them, I'll read them as well.
I will. Then I picked up Red Sonja the Black Tower by Thierry. I hate the cover. I want to like Amanda Connor's art, but I don't. So we'll see how this is.
That Captain Marvel cover for the new Omni.
I know, it's still
guys.
What is it?
You know.
You should look it up.
Oh no, I have to look it up. I forgot.
Yeah, do it now.
You'll be sad again. We've gone through this.
Yeah, it's not good.
Wait, did we go through this? And was I sad?
I think we talked about her current Captain Marvel comic cover, but she's doing the like regular cover for the new Captain Marvel omnibus. No, it's not good.
Oh, hang on. I'm now very confused. Wait, did it already came out or it's coming out?
It's coming out. Do you want to find it for you real quick?
Hang on. I'm going to look for it. You
Okay.
guys keep on talking.
So speaking
that
of
for the #1 issue that was done by Amanda Connor, I retroactively wanted to take away her drawing ability.
yeah,
That was not okay.
And she looks similar on this cover.
Oh my
just
god, no.
What's weird is I've seen because she did the Harley Quinn New 52, right?
and honestly, I like Harley Quinn.
Yeah, that looks fine. And is it because Harley Quinn looks so weird? Is that why?
Whoa.
I think it made it for herself.
No.
Harley Quinn looks so weird.
You know.
No, I don't know.
She looks less human than Captain Marvel does. That's true.
All right.
Don't give me that. That's true.
Yeah, that is true.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
So the last book I got is it's like a crossover between all of the ladies of Dynamite. And I only read Red Sonja, but I'm aware of the other women now because I read like the first volume of this originally. I'm going to show you the cover. The cover is awful. I mean, this is the kind of shit that people get upset about when they see covers like this. But I also understand that this is probably made for not this is not made with me.
No. Oh no. Oh no.
Like,
can we not look at her anymore?
It's called Swords of Sorrow. And it's about like something brings all these women together. And the inside's not like this. Like, all these women, I guess, like the theme of Dynamite women, for the most part, is like they're all like scantily clad ladies, which I'm not against as long as it's done well. With Red Sonja, most of it is done well, you know? Not like weird positions just to be sexy. Not like that weird Birds of Prey art from forever ago. But I read like the first volume of this forever ago, or first like issue or something on Comixology, and I like it.
So here's one of the things I have against Gail Simone. Why she allows this? Like, it's written.
How much choice you get, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say that may not be her choice at all. Like, there are higher ups.
Okay, I mean, I don't know. I was always under the impression that she has a little bit more voice in the comic industry, but not just here. Birds of Prey, like I could not deal with her Birds of Prey.
That was also so long ago, too. So at the time, I imagine she had no control over artists. You know, like
later 2000. I don't know. I'm just asking. Anyway, that's fine. Moving on.
But yeah, that's what I got, and I'm super excited. And yeah, I felt good to read this morning. I woke up and I was like, I'm just gonna read comics, and so I finally I'm getting through some stuff. And
now I remember the Miss Marvel omnibus because of the cover. I ain't getting it. It's written.
I'll take that DM variant. That's my plan.
Whoa, what's the DM variant?
Look that up. Look that up.
Oh, that is the DM variant. I am looking at the DM variant. That's all.
It's better than the Amanda Connor, 100%.
Wait,
I like how everybody
I showed you. Hang on.
Amanda Connor was the regular one.
Everyone in the chat is also disturbed by this cover, so thank you guys for also. I'm gonna look at it now. You guys do some talking while I can look at it.
Okay, well, I can talk about some in-stock trades orders that came in. This is the one before last, and I'll talk about this.
Oh my god! Stop!
She saw it.
I'm looking at it. This is the
I don't even have to look at it. It's burnt into my soul. Like,
God.
You know,
Someone's gonna get a tattoo of that somewhere. I'm sorry, Amanda Connor. I'm sure you're lovely.
No.
I hope you never see this.
No. This is what equal rights is all about.
Yeah.
100% no. That lady knows how to draw. That's not drawing.
No.
What? Marvel's not paying her enough or something. That is not okay.
No. What gets me?
If I submitted that type of work, I would have been fired from my job. I wouldn't have been paid. I would have been fired from my job. Come fucking on. No, you cannot do that. You cannot submit that kind of thing and then expect to be paid. What the fuck?
What I don't understand is like, why does Captain Marvel look so bad? Everyone around her does not look as bad as her. You know what I mean? Like everybody, they don't look as bad as like the main focus that you're looking. I don't understand that. Like, how did you do that?
Like, as if like, you know, Captain Marvel has everything stacked up for her. Like, as if she doesn't already have so much things stacked against us. Then we also need this terrible, terrible drawing on top of that. Oh my God, continue on. I could not deal with that. I wasn't planning on getting that to begin with because I don't read old-timey comics that much. And now I'm like, no thanks. No thanks. All right. Yeah, I could. Like, I remember, like, you know, I showed you the Captain Marvel #1, the regular variant, and you were like, someone paid her for that? I'm like, yeah.
So bad.
Yes. But anyway, all right. Okay.
I'm just glad no one's paying her to do a full, like, all the interiors for a Captain Marvel book. Like, how?
Yeah.
She's not doing the interior, though.
Right, I'm saying I'm glad no one's paying her for that.
Oh, yeah. But I met her. She's very sweet, very nice, and her Harlequin is amazing, and it looks nice. Like, I mean, oh, my God.
I don't know what happened.
Anyway, I'm done. I'm done with ranting. That was our, you know, equal opportunity rant. Okay, moving on.
So I'm going to show these books.
Show me.
Boom came out with a Peanuts Dell archive, which is all of the classic comics they did for Dell Comics.
Oh, that's so cute.
And it's so cute. And the pages look so like old timey. And they have that like grid, and the color like is kind of off, like it would have been. I don't know. I love it. I think it's so cute. I got this damaged. Don't know what's damaged with it. Thanks, in stock trays. No idea. It looks perfect. I also picked up the last remaining Hellboy Omnis I need for my Hellboy read-through. So I'm going to do that soon.
Right.
This was for my last order. You guys saw a picture of this, and you're probably like, what is this?
What the hell is this?
Okay. So this is called Yankees.
Yankees. You mean Yankees that have
the Yankees? Okay.
It's like made for me. What is this?
You know more about it than I do, but I just read the description, which is about a street cat. Who's this guy? It looks so fun. Hold on, let me give you some insight. Oh, it looks so fun. You need to get it, and we'll read it together.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I should tell you guys, I am like way into like Japanese delinquents in any sort of media, whether it be like just regular kids or the pompadour style. So you put a Yankee in anything, I'm like.
I'm glad I know how to say it now because I had no idea. So thank you for that.
Sorry, I just had to look at that cover again when I tried to close the tab. Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't making faces there for what you were saying. I just wanted to make that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay.
And the last thing, of course, I got Motor Girl. But the last thing, which I showed you guys some of, and I'll show the public now, is the Compudium. I know a lot of people were curious what on earth this was, what it looked like. It is a nice wide shape. I don't know if you can tell that. Here's the Omni, right? Mm-hmm. The inside looks crazy fun, guys. I haven't read it. I just know it's about a big old pug, and there's adventures, and it's hard to hold open, but it looks super fun and ridiculous.
I like that too, because I have a pug who's literally sitting across from me, so I have a reason to be interested.
You're gonna want it because like it looks. Just the art alone looks so fun. I mean, look at this. Come on. They're like riding him. It's lovely.
I was actually going to ask if it takes place in the Conan universe because that guy looks like Conan.
Yeah, and I think that's the point. I don't know. We'll see. I'll read it sometime.
Because I was going to get that for my sister. She loves dogs. And, you know,
it looks
saw her
cute and fun. Yeah.
But
don't tell her.
Yeah, I would not. But anyway. So I didn't get any books or... Yeah, I didn't get any books. What happened to me? All right, but I did because I already got the Motor Girl, so I didn't need to get anything. But I did get this though, guys.
Oh, I love them. I love them so much.
Like, oh my God! So typically they go for like $60, but I got these for like 25, 30, and 25. But I just love that he has small A in his head.
So cute.
That just sold. I'm like sold. I don't care for anything else. Like a small A.
Did you ever read the little
Oh my
X-Men
God.
versus? Yeah,
I love
it's so
that.
good.
I love that so much. But anyway, it's a little A. So I was trying to take it, like, come on, look at that. Like, look at them. Like, he's just looking at him like, ew, what's up with this? So I got this, and then there's the Iron Man version of this, and there's the Thor version. Like, so
cute.
I
love
know
it.
these are the only ones that I found for. There's like a baby Thanos as well. Like he's sitting there with a balloon.
Oh, I've seen that. I want that one.
I know, but the thing's like he's like going for like 60, and it's very heavy though. It's weighty, like, and it's like the arts on this is like, you know, the sculpture on this is like amazing. I just can't spend like throw that much for like something this tiny, as cute as it is. So hopefully they will come up with something different. But there's a Wolverine one that's coming out in like end of month that I'm kind of interested in. But I think for that even I'll have to wait a little bit. But yeah, that's the only things I got recently. But anyway.
Love it.
All right. So shall we move on to our topic of the day?
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
So to start off, Lee can't stay, but he wanted me to make sure we brought up that Rorschach didn't shower. He's like, or like canonically stinky.
Same with Wolverine. Wolverine has the same problem. Like,
well, Red Sonja, which I love. I love that they bring that up in comic books because that's the problem, right? So we have all these figures that are obviously like hella smelly. There's no way. But I appreciate in comic books when they do mention that someone is like Red Sonja is this beautiful woman, right? She's like scantily clad. She's this red hair, and everyone's like, God, girl, ugh. Do you want to bed me? And she's like, no, take a shower. Oh my God, like I love that.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
This topic, you guys, came from us. We were kind of chatting offline the other day, maybe it was before the show or something, about how like how a lot of these things actually work for superheroes. Because you think of like Batman wears that cowl, right? And you know that he's on that all the time. He's in this all the time when he can be. And when he takes that off, if you ever had a costume on, I'm a cosplayer, so I know, you should take your costume piece off, especially if it's on your forehead and around your everything. That's sweaty. And sweaty gives you more acne. And so I wonder what like Batman's skin regimen is. Like does Alfred like wait when he gets home? Like, okay, Master Bruce, welcome home. Here's your face mask. Here's this. Like, we can't let Bruce Wayne walk around with all these zits on his face. Like,
no, because you can't. Because if he had like the cowl-shaped zits around him, then people are like, "Whoa!"
And why does he have the marks on his face too? Because if you put a mask on at all, like the same with like glasses pressed to your face,
right?
You're gonna have that red mark if you take it off. But superheroes are always like, oh, it's just me. What's up? Like, no, people would see this on your face. There's no way. No way. Like,
so, you know, to that point though, I'll have to give kudos to Winter Soldier, the movie, because when he takes the hat off, when he goes onto the ship, and then he takes his hat off because it's like, oh, who are you without the shield or something, when Batroc said that to him. And he has hat hair. Like his hair is actually like, you know, messed up hat hair. So to me, that was like a kudos to do that. But there's also another thing that, you know, that is more nowadays, I think. Like, you know, because most of the, and we understand, most of these comic book characters came out back in like 30s, 40s, 60s even, when having a secret identity was important and meant something. But at this point, with the technology and everything, unless you're Spider-Man with your full face covered, how are you protecting that identity? Because face recognition has come so far now. They can get like, if there's a dedicated agency that wants to get you, they will get you. Like that's, to me, I don't know. I feel like comic book, like, you know, both DC and Marvel should kind of move away from that or acknowledge that and then just make it a part of the thing. Like, oh yeah, we don't care about it, or we have some kind of other machine that stops from taking our faces. I don't know. I feel like it's like now it's a dead concept right now. I don't know.
At least people like Clark Kent, because I mean, part of the reason why Clark Kent's just like his disguise works so well is because it's the way he completely carries himself. So the glasses kind of dims how blue his eyes are. He kind of hunches over, and he looks like just like a tubbier guy instead of like a fit guy. But if you use facial recognition software, like that's going to be easy.
Well,
maybe they'll explain away that his like glasses kind of reflect, because there's things you can wear that reflect back at camera, so they don't capture yourself, right? So I'm sure they'll come with some like technological.
No, but it was actually is it a canon that he's apparently always vibrating his face, so no camera can capture his face? And I think it was Grant Morrison who came up with that, because he's like, okay, this needs to be addressed. And he came up with that's how he's doing. I'm pretty sure it was him. Either him or Alan Moore is one of those two weirdos came up with that he's always kind of shaking his face so you can't capture it. But otherwise, like everyone else, like it's like, I'm so glad that MCU actually handled it in the sense that there's no secret identity. We all know who's who. Shut up about it.
Well, I like tip to toe that's a Bart's point, because they said the way I rationalize superheroes keeping their secret identity is like, you don't think your coworker who looks like Obama is Obama.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, like, 100% true. No, I'm not talking about regular people though. I'm talking about dedicated agencies, because that's one of the things there's like, and one of my pet peeve about DC on that is like, I don't know how there is like this Checkmate or Amanda Waller's agencies and all of that. How are they still surviving with someone as grand as Aquaman or Superman in their presence? Because I feel like S.H.I.E.L.D., it's manageable because everyone in Marvel is actually manageable, or they have someone who they can pit against them. Like there's Wolverine to take down Hulk. There are people with similar power level that can take down each other and who all works for S.H.I.E.L.D. at one point or another.
DC's reason is Batman. That's all they need, because Batman knows everybody's like secrets.
Right.
That's the point of him. Is Batman, if anything happens, Batman is the one who can.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, like I just don't know. There's something about that doesn't work. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. It's just like in my head. It's not like, I have a long commute, guys. I've always talked about it. I have a hella long commute. So I get to think about these things. But other thing that in Spider-Verse movie, they did talk about is like, always disinfect the mask.
Yeah.
And you want to wear a lot of baby top powder or a lot of talcum, especially around the joints. Like, it's like, give me some tips. Like, Miles Morales asking, give me some tips. Like, always put on a lot of talcum powder, especially around your joints, and disinfect that mask. And like, come on, you cannot disinfect that enough. That's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be all sorts of stuff, like, because I think about it in terms of like what I think when I suggest other cosplayers getting in costume, and how you keep these things on and what you do. Like, are the guys wearing like dance belts before they get into costume? Do they have a special dance belt company for superheroes that works well? Like, who's making these for a lot of these people? Who's making these costumes?
No, there is actually a dedicated person in both universe who makes these things. In New 52, was it New 52? I don't know. In one of those things in DC, there is one guy, Harold. His name is Harold. Someone correct me in the chat. Who makes all different kinds of gadgets and stuff. Batman actually finds him at one point. And he's later killed, or someone find him. And there is also someone similar, both for good guys and bad guys in Marvel Universe as well, who's making these things for them. So that's covered.
So where's the comic about those people?
Yeah,
because I want that.
Right?
Who's the dry cleaners? That's what I want. Where's a comic about people?
Yeah.
Superhero dry cleaning people.
Well, the thing is, though, speaking of that, though, there is Damage Control, and there is like there was supposed to be a show that CW started. CW or like someone started.
Sad that got canceled.
Yeah, that got canceled very, very fast because people just like whatever. I know we're nitpicking. I actually don't like it though. Like, when people are like, superhero needs to be under control or whatever, and I'm like, ugh, no, shut up. Let them be. But it's kind of fun to talk about this.
Well, then I think about the other stuff too. Like we talked about their bathroom habits. That was episode 1 for us, right? So like Galactus, like how does he go to the bathroom? Does he like what? How does he eat things and they just stay there?
Well, like I don't need to see them go to the bathroom. Okay, I don't need to know that it even happens. But what I want to see, and I know we've talked about this before too, I want to see them go on dates. I want to see them just walk around the grocery store and buy like avocados. I really just want to see them do normal things. I want a slice of life, but starring a superhero like comic. That's what I want. I would read that.
That's a good idea. Like, and I think we've talked about this on the show before that I feel like often, you know, the heads of DC and Marvel and a lot of comics, they think that's not what's going to sell comics. But those moments are what make the readers identify with and get closer to those characters. So when something happens to them, they care, and we need more of that. And I've seen a little bit here and there and stuff. Like Batman's had some cute little moments related to the wedding, of course, but like. Titans has like a little bit, but it's like a pinch. Here's 2 pages. Here it is. And I think there should be more. There should be a whole chapter that's just chill. Because if you read, I think that's the one thing that Japanese manga gets right. You know, because they have arcs like that in between big events. So you can relax. As the reader, you can just relax between things. You need a break too. Just chill and watch them go to the beach. It's called the beach episode. Every anime has one. They go to the beach for like 5 weeks. And relax. And there's a little bit of hilarity ensuing. Where's my beach episode for, you know, American comics?
And the thing is, like, I thought that was the whole point of annuals, though. Like, the annuals were supposed to be that. Like, you know, that you get to hang out with them or see how their day-to-day is like. But now the annual seems to be integral part of the next big event, which I don't know at what point it changed. But I wish there was, like, you know, like, I don't need the whole thing dedicated to that, but one shots, like, you know, just one episode as you were saying, like, or one issue that is like, oh, there is She-Hulk in the grocery store.
Or even just like a whole like little trade. Like that's part of the reason I really extra loved the Rogan Gambit by Kelly Thompson. Yeah. It wasn't all, hey, superpowers, hey, this, hey, that. It was, hey, here's our relationship, here's our issues. We're gonna pretend to be normal people. Like,
but the Kelly Thompson actually does it very well because her Jessica Jones, the blind spot, the last issue 6 of that is Luke Cage and her throwing a birthday party for their daughter.
Oh,
you know, so it was just like, you know, just dumb thing like that, and then, you know, everyone just shows up. They're like, oh, we can't stay, but here's the gift, and she's like, wait, what? No, you can't do that. And then a bad guy attacked their house, and they're like, it's our daughter's birthday. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll come back another day. So that kind of weird shit happens. And it was just so funny. But yeah, and the thing is, I also want to know what their exercise regime is like. Because I want to know how, because when I'm exercising, I'm always like, oh, right? I just want to know how they are jumping, acrobating, doing all that while putting up exposition and monologue.
While quipping.
And they're also ass whooping, but at the same time, all the loud noise happening, they can actually hear each other. How is that happening? I want to know that. How is that possible? Like, how are they giving commands to each other?
And like shows explain that better, right? Like, there's also I guess the thing about like comics versus the shows, like the comic book shows, because like if you look back at things like X-Men Evolution, that did everything that we are talking about right now.
100%. Yeah.
Because you got to see how they do everything. You see them shop. You see them go to school. You see them have just relaxing moments with each other between big fights.
Right.
And you see just them relax and become friends. You see them go to like summer camps and stuff. Like, and you see them like train and how that works between them. And I love it. I guess some of the X-Men comics do that as well. I think they do an okay job. But like, there's something to be said about like the cartoons that can really explore that when comic books don't think that they can afford to or can, which I'm so thankful of. Like, I think Teen Titans is a good example too, because they were able to do that as well, I guess, being a cartoon. Just
they're always
give
chilling.
It to me in comics.
The Teen Titans Go is always chilling though. They're just always sitting on the couch in front of the TV. That's it.
Eating pizza, yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. They just don't want to move from there. Like the event is they're moving. That's their thing. But Jason Aaron's Hulk actually also have like 2-pagers where he's just going around. He's taking a on a top of a lava field from a volcano. He's taking a bath and stuff like that. And then he also captures like a shark and then he's cooking it and stuff like that. So there is
a good job of that in Thor, I felt like too.
Oh, he does it in Thor. And he actually, like, Aaron does a very good job about introducing those kind of moments in his, like, especially even for Wolverine, for Hulk. I haven't read his Thor yet. Like, having these kind of moments where they're just like, yeah, we're just chilling. So I think he does a good job, but I don't think that's like everyone does that. But they should.
Yeah. They should. It's like you guys said, it's more relatable. Like, I don't need an event after an event after an event.
No,
that's what everybody does anymore.
Like, they need to put us in charge because I think that's where they're going wrong. They're overdoing the events. And every time they do an event, it screws up a lot of the continuity of already really great runs. Looking at you, DC. Looking at you, Tom King. Like, quit shit. Thank you.
Well,
like,
Marvel is the king of
instead of doing the events, you can sell comics by going a little bit outside the box. You need to, like, reevaluate what makes people love these characters. It's not always like the action or the villains or how everything's put together. Like, we need to be able to connect with these people, and you're not giving people an opportunity to do that. The reason why Supergirl being super was so good is she was just living her own last life. A little touch of something else. And it's genius. And honestly, that's how the whole run should be. That's how every run should be. It shouldn't be like this.
I think the problem is, like, people save that just for origin stories. And then they think, oh, that's all you need. You need to know that they used to be normal and now they're not. And now they can't stop fighting people. Like, that's not how it is, though.
That's a very good point.
They're still doing stuff. They're still trying to date. They're still trying to deal with family stuff. That's why the CW shows are really good, because they still have to deal with their melodramatic lives. And I want to see how they're dealing with it.
And that's why Super Sons is so good. Because you do see the family life. It's not just them battling every day. I mean, they do that, but they do other stuff. They go to school.
And we're not saying that, oh, no action, adventures, relax. You can still have that. But at the same time, there has to be some kind of, because I'm actually kind of thinking back. Like, so, for example, Saladinama's Black Bolt and his, I wanted to say Flash. Who is that Flash equivalent? So Quicksilver. Both of those runs are actually known for, like, I connected with those because of that. And especially when you read She-Hulk, Tamaki's She-Hulk, that's what this is about. Like, I actually yelled at a friend of mine because he's like, well, I hated this run. Because I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Just shut the fuck up. Because, first of all, your opinion doesn't matter. Second of all, no, I'm joking. He's my friend. It's okay. You can have opinion, just not around me. What? No.
I can't wait for Philip Evans to post about this, like he always does. And it's just like, hashtag shut the fuck up, I don't care about your opinion.
He's going to have to add that now.
Who is that?
Philip, who does the hashtags.
Oh, yeah. Shut the fuck up. I don't care about
you. Makes it on me.
Well, have your opinion, but not on me. That's also another thing you can do. So it's like, well, yeah, I wanted it to be like funny, like, the episodes that he picked, like issues that he picked on this run, which is like, oh, I needed this to be. I'm like, yeah, that's what Sloth's run was. Entirety of Sloth's run was that. But this is when she's coming back after having her cousin being killed, and she actually lost a fight with Thanos. And this wasn't like, oh, she wasn't raped or sexually assaulted. She fought like a warrior that she is, and she lost, which is normal, which is what should happen. That first trade you bought is all about her trying to come back from that. It's all about her trying to deal with that trauma and trying to come back. It makes that book the greatest book ever written. I don't care. Fuck your continuity and get the fuck out of here. I don't talk about that. That makes it the greatest book ever written. Period. And that's the thing. Like, people don't understand that they're so caught up with their continuity and all these things, which, frankly, Marvel doesn't give a shit anymore. Why should I? Like, no one gives a shit about those things anymore. Because if someone's like, oh my God, they changed Mockingbirds, or yeah, they needed to, because she was she was sexually assaulted, she was raped and all that. Those kind of stories doesn't fly anymore. So they needed to change that to say that, oh no, she was she was in on it. Because frankly, us ladies are now reading it, and we needed to change that. Sabretooth, no way Sabretooth will fly now, the way the original Sabretooth was. He raped Mystique, and then together they had a child after that. That's not going to fly now. So they have to change that in Jason Aaron's run so that, oh, Mystique is now his boss. It needed to happen. But the thing is, like, these are the moments that makes them connect to new readers. And I'm sorry, you old readers, step aside or get on with it.
I think it's just going to be open to change. Like, I hope things continue to change as I go forward. There's going to be moments that things change and I'm like, ooh, I really like this. But if it helps new people, I'm cool. Oh, so Tip to Toe That's About had a really, it was Leighton. Leighton had a really good idea. He said, what if there was a comic in Marvel where the heroes decided to take the day shifts and night shifts for fighting crime? I like that. Where people like
sweet.
You have shifts.
They do rock, paper, scissors for like.
I think that already is a thing though, because Moon Knight is the only one who operates at night, and everyone else operates daytime. And they also already have that's why I love Marvel so much, because they have structure. They have different, it's like, oh, you have this problem, call the Avengers. You have that problem, or call the Heroes for Hire. Like, people know it. They actually, and also, yeah, speaking of people though, I really want to know how people in Marvel Universe still continues to live in New York City. What is their insurance like? What is their life like? How do they go to work?
Like, how do superheroes make money?
And that too.
No one's ever explained that to me, and I don't understand.
Well, there's been some comics that deal with that, which I love that too. Like,
tell me, which ones are these?
Well, the one you hated, Patsy Walker, aka Hellcat, she had to get a real job.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And that was really fun.
And then also Hawkeye, Kate Bishop Hawkeye, she had to open a private investigation farm to get. But anyway, what else?
Well, someone made a point earlier that Squirrel Girl is good at slice of life stuff and keeping it real and yeah. Did she have to get a job? I don't remember, but that seems like something that would happen with her.
Isn't she she's a babysitter for Jessica Jones and Luke Cage.
Oh yeah.
Marvel's really, the things we complain about, Marvel's really good at giving a lot of these slice of life things to female characters. I feel like I feel like you get a lot of those interactions when you read things. Well, actually, I guess DC too, but it's always younger females.
Everything we really liked, like Wasp and Spider-Gwen is good at that too.
Absolutely. I felt like Mockingbird was pretty good at it personally. Batgirl seemed in DC. Batgirl seemed like it was more like that. Same with Birds of Prey. So I don't know. Maybe it's just the execs are men don't have regular lives. Although I think Batman's okay about it currently. Not always, but
I don't know. I just need some kind of there has to be some kind of balance. Is all I'm saying. Because oftentimes it just becomes and some I feel someone actually asked this question for us when we were asking questions for Mark Waid, and someone is like, did we lost the wonderment or fantasy element of superhero comics? Because I'm asking this question and we're talking about this, but is it means that we're kind of becoming a little bit too realist as we're just because with, I don't know, it's no longer TV personal, it's more open out there. So you just want more answers. I don't know. What do you think of that?
I don't really see it that way. I don't think adding these details doesn't make the fantasy any less real. You don't have to for everyone. It doesn't fit for everyone. I don't need to know how Thor does what he does.
How does he shampoo his hair? What shampoo he uses?
But adding these little details to have you connect, it doesn't mean that I need to know exactly how they do everything, right? I don't need it to play by play a reality show, but I don't think it hurts at all to have that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel like I don't even need balance. I would read a whole series again of someone just going grocery shopping.
Yeah.
And talking to their friends. And trying to figure out Tinder. Like, where's the 2019 aspect of a lot of these too? Like, where's the technology?
I guess we'll get that in Buffy.
Oh, no,
but that's
once,
already slice of life-ish kind of too.
no, once again, they do it better for younger female superheroes, though. Marvel does. Like, you know, with the and it's also depends on who's writing it, because Kelly Thompson writing like Kate Bishop, obviously it's going to be modernized versus, I don't know, no offense, but Marv Wolfman, or if you know what I mean, like depending on who's writing it, they're going to bring out those information. I just read like Max Bemis's Moon Knight. Sorry, I had to remember what it was. And he actually talks about Twitter and those kind of things. And it's because it was written in 2018 by a younger person. Then also Matthew Rosenberg, when he writes, his comics also has a lot of like, you know, modern references. So it's kind of, I personally don't like those, because then that means you're dating it. Especially like, you know, now, like Marvel had a fixation with Donald Trump. Like, you know, when before he was like, you know, there was like Iron Man was buddy with it. Now it just like, now that doesn't fly anymore. Like, and so it can get a little bit weird. Like, you know, you never know what this person gonna come out as later on. So maybe not put like people references, but technology reference. Even with that, like there's a lot of things with like MySpace, and you're like, what? What space? What space?
I know, stuff's hilarious though. Like, Tip to Toe, that's the part I was saying that like they don't like adding technology into this thing because it makes it really dated really fast. Mm-hmm. But to counter that, I love going back, and when I read Outsiders, which is the most 90s ass thing I've ever read, I love it. I love it because I get to kind of like relive that. So it's just like all the soul patches and the styles are really bad, and like, and just how they do everything. I'm like, I like it. I think it's great.
I guess like style wise, it's never a thing, because, you know, how do you expect people to like look different? Like it's not possible. Like they need to have some kind of a style.
And there's always going to be something, you know, like we talk about like back 20 years ago. Yeah, women are treated differently in comics because that's how women were treated differently, right? Like something will date everything.
Right. That's true. Yeah, that's true. But the thing is, I just loved that in Warren Ellis's Thunderbolt, one of this lady, like she's terrible. Like she's a terrible person, you know. And she like they're like talking like, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do that. And she's like, oh, dang it, not again. And then they're thinking that, oh, she's responding to that. But she's like, no, she's actually playing Nokia phone, you know, the snake thing that's going round and round. She's like, how does it do that? And she's like, not again. I thought that was funny though. Like, even, but the thing is, like, to that point, I feel like if my cousin, who is now 7, when she reads it, she's like, what? I don't get it. Like, what? So I guess it's one of those things that you know, put in for some people. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, what are they doing? What other things we're talking about?
And I'm just laughing about Drew B's comment. Girls have more story potential than guys. All guys do is watch sports or play video games. That would be a boring side story.
Well, no.
A major generalization.
I mean, that was obviously a generalized joke.
Yeah.
Ooh, oh, Tip to Toe, or oh my gosh, Tip to Toe, Toe to Tip. Your username's killing me. I'm just gonna let you know. Have you guys read Lady Killer? Because it seems like you'd enjoy it. Absolutely.
We read it. We loved it.
We love Joelle Jones here. If I ever get to meet her, I can't wait to tell her how much I love her and how pretty she is. I loved Lady Killer.
Right. I actually like, you know, Lady Killer actually has a lot of those elements as well. But I don't know, how's her Catwoman? Anyone read Catwoman by her?
I'm waiting until the trade.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know what would be more interesting. Maybe going on dates? That can be an interesting thing for guys. I don't know. What do guys do? Guys, what do you do?
Depends on what guy, right?
Like, is somebody writing a novel on the side? Ooh, what if someone was actually like writing novels and like a pseudonym on the side?
Yeah, like mystery novels.
Yeah.
Well,
Or like,
by the way, that's the story of what's his name? Oh my God, that guy. He's like, he's actually, he does Fat Man on Batman.
like Kevin Smith?
Kevin Smith's Batman, one of the worst like comic book apparently ever written. He tries to make himself sound Batman, and he was actually writing novels apparently, or writing letters. Like, imagine Bruce Wayne, that's novel writers. So that is a thing that happened. But
I mean, I think that sounds neat.
I don't know. It's apparently it's considered to be really bad. So someone read it.
I hear from other people that it's really good. So who knows? Really?
No, it's one of those mixed review ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some of the suggestions for everybody's side gigs. Freddie says Miles Morales is into poetry and has a journal now.
100%. Yeah. Miles.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Bart Jillian says, I want to have a side story about Flash being a speedrunner on Twitch. Like, has to leave a flight early because he has to go live soon. I like that. That would make sense.
That's fun. Yeah.
I think that would be, if not like Wally or Barry, I think that's a definite Bart Allen sort of thing. Like Impulse, the younger one from the future, would super 100% do that. Iron Cardinal says they just work out and read comics, which I would love. Like,
is it what comics?
That the superheroes just like on their free time they just work out and read comics.
That's a good one.
And I love like the headcanon. I guess not really a headcanon because you see this in both universes. Where like in the DC universe, Marvel comics exist, and the Marvel universe, DC comics exist.
Oh yeah.
Marvel movies, they'll be like, "Oh, is that your kryptonite?" Which means that they recognize that Superman is a fictional character in their universe, right? So. Right. I like that idea.
So in Marvel Universe, there's actually a deeper layer to that. So in Marvel Universe, Marvel comics also exist. And they're actually sponsored by the superheroes themselves, who actually vets the story written by the real writers, and they vets the story before it gets published. And there was actually, so that's actually She-Hulk, Slot by She-Hulk, yes, because She-Hulk wrote a comic about Slot. By Slot actually kind of addresses that they uses those comics in order to defend other superheroes in court. Like that's
fun.
That's a thing. So those are not only documented history, but they're actually legal documents for them. So not only so they have all of these things.
And that makes me think of like Logan, with the real comic aspect in Logan.
Right. Oh, that's true.
And that was so cool. Yeah.
That was
the comic or the movie. I haven't seen the movie.
Oh, girl, what?
Oh,
I know. Well, okay. When it first came out, I was dealing with the like too much Wolverine. Basically, I was like, I don't want. And I love Hugh Grant. Oh my God, Hugh Jackman. Oh my God.
Oh, Maddie.
Maddie, you're so racist against straight white men.
I know. But anyways, I love Hugh Jackman so much. But I was like, I just can't deal with this anymore. I'm tired of them making all the movies about him. And then I heard it was really good. I was like, oh, well, I want to see it now. And I just still haven't done it. So
you have to.
It's so sad. Maddie, it's so sad.
It's so good. It's so good, though.
It's good.
Yeah, it's sad. It's good.
I watched it like 3 times, and I didn't cry at any of the time. I just felt hollow. I just felt like there was no emotion. Like, oh, Maddie, you gotta see it.
I do.
And do read like Old Man Logan by Mark Miller before you go see it, though, because there were some certain elements of it that you can see how they twisted, how they changed it, but it's the same element. I thought it was really cool. Okay. But that was like, oh, Maddie.
I mean, plus, like, you want to see X-23, right?
Absolutely, I do. My precious girl.
Yeah, she was
maybe your precious girl if you haven't seen Logan.
She was even more precious in there. There's one scene, oh God, you gotta go see it. Then we can discuss about that. Okay. But this is not a spoiler though, but in it, all the X-Men comics are real thing.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
And there's a really cool element with that.
Yeah, so
that is a spoiler. So.
Yeah, but then in Spider-Verse, Spider-Man is a comic.
Yeah.
So there's like, you know, so there's that element of it too. But yeah, so there's like a lot of times like, what, it's your kryptonite? Like they say it in then, or they say that, oh, is this like, oh, this is like, you know, like the CW show with the Arrow guy. They said that to Hawkeye at one point. Like, oh, are you like like the CW? And he's like, no. like that guy doesn't deserve a TV show and I do. Like, you know, there's like all this fun element of that, which I was like, so good. So good.
I think my new headcanon for Captain America is he loves baking.
That would be adorable. There's nothing more than like muscular men that are in the like just.
That's cute. He loves making cakes.
That says "kiss the cook."
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. I would love that. But yeah,
that's my fanfic.
Let's make that happen. I've been actually trying to, I don't know who do I have to talk to about this, but I want DC and Marvel to get together and come up with this one-shots, which are just slice of life with like two characters, Superman and Captain America, just sitting in a coffee shop talking
and they all go to charity.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like the money just goes to charity. It could be going to the charity that one of our member, Damien Starr, he supports, like comic books for kids.
Oh yeah.
It could be going to any charity that like literacy, kids literacy charity. Like there's so many other charities out there. They could just give the money to them. Like both of them come together, combine it, and then you know it's like a good, like, you know, I don't know. Image does it with, like, you know, they did it with Invincible and Spider-Man. Like there's already Dark Horse doing it with Conan and Wonder Woman. Why can't these two get along?
Yeah, I want Wonder Woman and She-Hulk to go on a date.
Right, with each other.
So Drewby has a suggestion for us. I think I really like. He said, y'all should do a show where you rank the best superheroines of all time with like an NCAA tournament kind of bracket.
That'd be cool.
Will mine.
Yeah.
We'll work it. We'll figure it out.
Okay, so yeah, okay. Between the three of us though, but how do we judge it? Give us some ideas, guys. Give us some ideas, guys, gals. Give us some ideas on how we should do it.
Yeah. You actually, if you guys have any show ideas, holler at us right now. We'll write them down. Yeah,
go ahead and tell us. What should we be talking about in the future?
Because idea-wise, we're corrupt. We're pretty like empty over here.
We like to last minute decide what we're going to talk about. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Hey, we're not as bad as the bros who do it on air. So, except I guess we're doing that right now. Oh.
Well. Anyway, so is there anything else we want to talk about? I feel like I just screamed a lot. I'm sorry, my friend, who I said that I don't care about opinion. I do care about your opinion because I'm always kind of messaging him. I'm like, should I read this? Like,
ooh. We have a suggestion to do dramatic readings of fanfics. I'd be down.
You have to give me those fan fictions though, because
oh my god, he said for the bracket. Fariha picks and then spends the rest of the show telling Matt and Kristan to shut the fuck up. Your opinions don't matter.
That's real, guys.
Oh,
I can do that. I can make that happen. I'm very good at telling people to do that. You know.
Felix suggested talking about upgrading shelves, which I think is a great thing. And he asked earlier about calyxes and what you had also.
Oh, me? Yeah, it's calyx. Like, you know, this is... I'll tell you, well, I had it for about 8 years now. Nothing, no different. You know, calyx is the way to go. I do have this another ones that are like good for trades. But I'll have to send a link. Like it's from Amazon, Closet Made. So they have like, they're very sturdy too, but not good for oversized hardcovers because it's absolutely the right size for oversized hardcovers. So when you're trying to, you know, push it in, it actually scraps the top, so that's not good. But you know, it's good for trade. Billy.
I use billies and the small billies. I use my small billies to put my omnibuses on, and like special like if I want to dedicate like a box to just one run or one like I'll use skinnier ones, and they hold up pretty okay. I think most of what I have is like trades.
Right.
Too.
But the thing is, like, you should actually think about strengthening the middle part, because that's what, you know, whenever someone shows their belly, it's kind of always dipping. So
That's what makes it
well,
bow.
yours seems okay, but
Yeah, that's the plan.
like, Kristan, you are like Calax all the way, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I have my manga on like a different shelf because they're so light, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I have 3 Calyx around me. And so Felix is asking, do any Calyx fit absolutes? They absolutely do. Every single square.
They
From however
absolutely
many.
fit absolutes. That's
They do.
true. So
Yeah.
here, you can see it right here. See, that's an absolute. And
Yeah.
that's
It's like right in.
Yeah, it just fits right in. There's like, you know, probably like one, like, you know, a little bit, about like half an inch gap between them, but yeah, it absolutely fits it, as Kristan said it. But yeah, so is there anything else we can talk about? We should talk about?
No, I think it's a good.
Oh,
Yeah.
another thing that I should mention though, and this is rampant in Marvel world. So I don't know, Maddie, you have to tell me. Everyone sleeps with everyone. Like, that is a rampant problem in Marvel Universe.
It's like a soap opera.
Like, at this point, like, everyone is everyone's Eskimo brothers and sisters, which is it's kind of gross.
DC, not so much. I feel like everybody has like their set 2 or 3 people that they sleep with, and they never like let people go.
Well,
Except for Barbara Gordon and Nightwing. Nightwing has slept with everybody, and Barbara's like one of those. This person's okay, and this person, but Nightwing is a hoe.
but yeah, because I was actually just thinking. I was thinking about it the other, like, oh god, like, that's no good. Everyone's. Oh, it's a bit much, especially like, you know, I'm just saying that's also another thing, like, ugh, yeesh.
Fariha Terry is asking you a question. They want to know, what is your favorite Remender book, because they're looking to get like everything behind you.
I have read Fear Agents, love it. Black Science, I read the first volume, loved it, but I still kind of up for debate. The one I haven't read, Deadly Class or Low just yet, but it's going to be corrected soon. My all-time favorite Remender would be Fear Agent. Tokyo Ghost is also really good. I don't have the deluxe edition for that because I have the trade signed by both Sean Gordon Murphy and Rick Remender. So I kind of kept that. Tokyo, it's good, but it has its moment. I don't know if it's for everyone. Uncanny X-Men, the Whale, I still haven't read it, but it was a gift from a friend, so I'm going to, and I'll let you know. Last Days of American Crime, it's only 5 issues. I tell people, go ahead and read it, but it was one of those, there's so much potential, just went to waste. And I couldn't finish Strange Girl because it was just like, whatever. Like, it was.
Have you read Gigantic?
Gigantic? No, I did not. I also didn't. It's good?
Oh, I don't know. I've just wondered because it's like a little library edition. It's like skinny.
Okay.
It's a skinny.
I thought you were gonna say it's a gigantic book.
Oh no, I mean it's big, I guess.
Oh, and then I don't know. Someone needs to tell me about Endlig and Crawl Space.
I've heard horrible things about both of those.
Oh, okay.
But who knows? Yeah, I don't know.
And Endlig was in like, you know, was for sale like for 60-70% in IST, and no one was buying it. And then I saw the Goodreads comments on it, and people were not.
That's exactly, like, I saw how cheap it was, and I went to Goodreads, and I was like, ooh, I don't want to get this.
Yeah, it's one of those.
It's not worth the money, apparently.
Yeah, I met Remender, super nice guy. Like, he's really nice guy. But yeah, so, and he's Secret Avengers by him, so good. The complete collection is coming out. It's really good. I loved it, and it's very Hawkeye centric, and he totally changed it, like shakes up the team, and they just go on. It's just dumb adventure time on that. And someone, like, I heard that his Venom is pretty good too. So Captain America by him is also very good. I'm actually one of the few people who likes it, because people usually don't like his Captain America that much, but I love that Captain America. Then he becomes old. Then he becomes Hydra. Now he's back. So it's okay. But anyway, if you want to read Captain America, Brubaker's is the way to go. So good.
I've only read the first Deadly Class hardcover, but I loved it.
You
for
did,
what
right?
that's worth, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think, like, you said that you loved it with some reservations, right?
I loved it. I didn't expect some gross out stuff in it, but like I still really liked it. I mean, it was just like, oh, I didn't need to see diarrhea, but I did.
Oh, there's diarrhea involved? Oh, God.
And, you know, there's like some horrible implied cat abuse, and you know I don't like that. So, yeah. But it was still really good. I mean, these are not characters you're supposed to really adore, I don't think. Like, they're kind of all terrible.
Right. I think that's the point. Like, you know, that's a thing, though, that you're not supposed to like any of them.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so I'm actually really looking forward. And the TV show comes out when?
It's out now.
Oh, it's out now?
I think there's 2 episodes, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's not like dumping the whole thing. It's just one at a time.
No, it's sci-fi.
Yeah,
So,
sadly.
Who does that
Cable.
anymore? Like, what is this even? Like,
yeah, I don't know what cable even is.
Like, week after week waiting. No, we don't do that. We're better than that.
yeah, I'll watch it when it's all done. It's on Netflix.
It's same. Ugh. But anyway, all right. So, shall we call it a day, a night?
Let's call it.
It's a night.
Okay. So, what's our pick of the week? What do we read?
My pick of the week, well, actually, I did read Jason Aaron's Thor this week, and it's pretty amazing and wonderful. But I'm gonna say, Conan read Sonya. I super recommend this. It's a really pretty book. Like, it's real shiny. Look at that. And read it.
Kristan?
My pick of the week. Well, I've only been reading Super Sons this week, and it's fantastic. But I'm going to do a pick of something I read a long time ago that I think more people need to check out, and that is Wandering Son. It is a big hardcover. It's manga. It is about these 2 kids. They're both realizing that they're trans. And unfortunately, the whole thing was never released in English, so I'll, never figure out what happened. But it's still really good, and I love it.
So that is kind of like a very interesting topic you bring up, because we didn't talk about news, but Japan recently passed a law that says that trans people will have to be, what is the word? I'm forgetting the word, where they take away your reproductive rights.
Yeah, I read the word too.
Anyway, like castrated. Yes, they're saying that the trans people will have to be castrated. They're trying to pass that law, or either
sterilized.
Yeah, sterilized. Yeah. So that's a very interesting. I mean, our show is not capable of dealing with that, but that's a very interesting. I don't know. I have a lot of things to say. Whoa, okay, but anyway, yeah, that's I actually want to check that out, because if you have more of like My Brother's Husband kind of thing.
Yeah. And this is like,
world.
I mean, this is different, but, and again, I don't know that we'll ever seen it. Well, we will never see it. And someone brought, Edgar said it's hella out of print. That's true. But I believe you can get it on Comixology. So okay. I'll check on that for you. Okay, sounds good. So my pick of the week, and this is going to be a surprise for some, but it's actually Jeff Lemire's Moon Knight. I actually liked his Moon Knight. It was really, really good. Amazing. It was amazing. It was well written, and it's everything that I expected the Moon Knight to be. I actually finished through everything written on that has Moon Knight in it, starting from 2006, Charlie Huston's run. And this was like, his run was the best of them all. I was shocked too. I'm like, hey, listen, no matter, I'm not shocked. I'm like, of course. Oh, I know he's your guy, but for me, it's like I have been. I'm happy for you. Yeah. I'm happy you're seeing the light. Yeah, I think he's from what I hear, that his superhero comics are actually pretty good. So are his other comics. Yeah, It's just not for me, and that's fine. That's completely fine. I mean, Plutona wasn't good. I'll admit that. I love Essex County, but other ones, I'm just like, cut it out. Like, there's only so many depressed hockey players, retired hockey players I can take before it's like. I mean, there's Sweet Tooth. There was no depressed hockey players. Yes! Realism didn't have any. Yes! The Underwater Welder, there wasn't any. Sweet Tooth did. Nah, the guy not really. Who was taking. No, not really. Yes, he was. Not really. That's not what it was about.
I know that's not what it was about, but
Royal City does not have any for sure.
Oh, thank you. I might actually now read Royal
3
City.
trades, that's it.
Yeah. But anyway, like I joke about it. It's fine. But anyway, his Moon Knight is actually really good. It's all in a oversized hardcover, and you can get all those books in InStockTrades.com, where you can get all DC, Marvel, Image, Ice, and Dark Horse for 42%, sometimes even more. It's also free shipping for $50 and more within US. And we currently have Motor Girl that's on sale for 45%. And if you buy it tonight by midnight, you can use that 3% additional Omnibroslive code, Conan Hype, to get it up to 48% off. All right. Anyway, we'll see you next week. We'll be talking about Super Sons and Planet Hulk. Oh, and next week's show is going to be on a Saturday, right?
Yes. Which is the 2nd, I think.
Whichever Saturday.
The day that isn't the Super Bowl, guys.
Yeah, the Super Bowl is on Sunday. We all have either we have plans or we are going to ignore Super Bowl. But
I'll be working and ignoring it.
Oh, that's true. Chris is going to be at work, so we're going to make sure that you guys can see Super Bowl, because that's actually Kristan's job, to keep the TV running.
Thankfully, that's not the affiliation we have, so I don't have to watch it. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yes. Go me.
But anyway, whatever you support, I hope your team wins, and leave me alone with your Super Bowl talk.
Don't tell me about
it. Right. But anyway, we'll see you next Saturday then. Bye-bye.
Bye,
guys.